Okay. Hello, friends. Welcome to our weekly team call. This is a miracle to have this many people on. I feel like in August with your cameras on. And I want you to know it is so encouraging to me to see your faces. And I didn't know this upon joining Plexus in 2016 and getting on some team calls, but I was encouraged because I saw other people that I'd never met before on these calls and they were paying attention and they were taking notes. Some were active listeners and like this, you know how we have those people in our lives. I'm very much like a Oh, like it's the way I stay focused. Like in church, I've had people tell me, yeah, I look over at you and you're like, like active listening. So we have those people, and then we have people that are just like this. And you're all welcome here in this space. Okay. So I just want to say a quick hello. And I know Amanda should be joining here too. She's on the East Coast, but I have my friend, my very old friend who we just realized we met like 30 years ago. Her name is Stephanie Brayman. Want to wave? Hi, Steph. She is the Zoom user, and she's so proud that she got on here because you know how it is, you guys. When you don't do regular Zooms, you're like, what? Like, what is even going to happen when I press this button? Is my computer going to explode? What's going to happen? So, give her a warm welcome in the chat. She is a longtime friend. She actually was on our products like 9 years ago, and I think I started her on the variety pack with 10 million products. Poor thing. Anyway, sometimes the timing isn't right for people. And, as so much of us really are building our businesses as Christians here, it is such a blessing to be able to trust God with who He brings our way and when, that His timing is always perfect. So she started on the calming cortisol routine. She is like dropping some pounds already just from like tightening up her diet a little bit. And she has shared with one person already. And I'm gonna share something that's a little bit vulnerable. Not that I would ever put like Steph out here, all of her stuff. Not that she has a lot of drama or anything, but she shared with her best friend, and her best friend is not ready to join her right now. You know, who has had that happen to you? Like four of my closest friends were like, yeah, maybe. And then it was like a couple years. Actually, but her friend is open to next month, which is so fun so that they can do reset together. Anyway, I am excited about this call for two massive reasons. Ali Bachand, Ali, how long have you been on our team? How long have you been with Plexus now? How many years?
I would think six. Pretty sure
Liz,
it's
same for you. Did you guys join the same year?
hmm hmm
Okay.
I actually, funny thing, I went back and looked at all of my orders just yesterday to see like when I started and like what my first order was and like how consistent or inconsistent I was ordering. And then like once I started doing the business, like how I got more serious. It was very interesting to see.
Yes.
hmm
Yes, you guys know I met Allie in a salon and I interrupted her conversation and was like, "Can I get on this conversation?" And I was thinking to myself, this gal's a diamond in plexus. She doesn't know it yet. And like it sounds like her family could really use some gut health. So you guys do not hold back in just reaching out to people. Some might think you're crazy, some might not, but if you really have a heart to serve and bless somebody, they're going to see you as somebody who is caring, who is bold, who is courageous. And the top two reasons why we're having this call, number one, Ali Bashand, you guys, if you're not following her and you're watching the recording, I think most of us here are. Ooh, Steph, I meant to send you that link, but she is really great on social. We all know her as like the queen of stories, especially, but bringing value everywhere she goes. So, this is part one of a shorter call today. And so it's not going to be like all like, this comprehensive thing of all the things that pertain to social media with our businesses. But I know she's going to dive into a little bit of mindset. I know I'm going to dive into a little bit of heart set behind why showing up in stories regularly is so important for our businesses. The second reason why I'm so excited to share on this call, and I'm going to share this first, is that I've been secretly doing something for like 7, 8, 9 days with some sidelines and drawing in some of my customers to do it with me. It is something I was pondering early August, and I was like, is this right for our team? I think it's right for our team. It is called, are you ready? Step, sip, and share. And what this is built for is to draw in our customers and our brand ambassadors to earn the Cancun trip in February by walking every day, by sipping their wellness drink every day. It could be active, it could be slim, whatever your customer or business builder is doing, and then sharing their journey on social as they go. So we are in a DM in a chat group in Instagram, and everybody's already sharing their steps. I don't count my steps. I'm just gonna be like sharing my treadmill steps and sharing that I'm walking every day, doing some sort of walking. But basically, we're gonna together show everybody that this is a community thing. We do things together. We get more fit together. We feel more comfortable in our skin together. We are learning to build new habits together, and we also sip this drink because it supports our healthy lifestyle. So we are doing mini trainings because we have brand new people in this group who have never even signed anybody up yet, who are like, yeah, I think I want to try doing that. I want to share my journey as I go. So we're doing trainings. We have specific wording all planned out. I have all sorts of fun graphics for you guys to put up in stories. This is something that I am running with and I'm putting forth to you guys because I know so many of you guys want to earn that Cancun trip for you and your hubbies. And I really do believe that there are people watching in your network that they're just waiting to see something like this. And it might not be now, but it could be in September when they still see you walking and you've dropped like 3 pounds. And you're like, oh my gosh, I feel better, right? That they're going to want to join you. So I'll be putting more information in our GG Biz chat. And has Amanda made it on yet? I'm looking for her. Amanda, and you were here? You guys, she is another new VIP of mine who is a nurse and works 12-hour shifts. So she got home at like midnight last night and she homeschools. So I kind of feel like this might be perfect for her. You know what I'm saying? Enough for me. More on the steps, sips, and Cancun jazz in our chat later. And I'll be sending you guys trainings and all that. Ali Bachand, will you just grace us with your training, por favor?
Okay. I wanted to, I love sharing on social media. I think most of you guys know that I've run social media accounts for a couple of salons as well. So I have had some like social media training on the back end years ago when I started taking over accounts that way. And I just love it. Like it's social media. You have to be social though. Like that's what it's created for. It's not just like get on there, post some things, and like, okay, shut my phone off, bye. You have to be social and you get to be social. Like I like to think of it like that. Okay, who do I get to be social with today? Like you can go find anyone. You can find people like across the country. You can find people on the other side of the world. Like it's you can do so many things on social media. But to train on it, like Bridget said, it can literally be, I mean, I could train for an hour on social media. And I'm also not saying I know everything either. I don't, because things are always changing on social media. But I always, which is why I asked in our chat the other day, like, what do people want? What do people need? Because I like to be able to come on and kind of give things that people actually want to hear. So, for the sake of keeping it short, because it is Magic Week, and I know I have messages to get to and people to go follow up with and an event to run for somebody, right? I figured I would just share a few tips. I have some book recommendations as well. One of the main things that I like to think about, and I'm talking Instagram specifically, is I think people overthink your feed posts versus your stories, and I need to be posting so many times a week and this many times a day and all of that. I look at it as like my feed and the things that I'm posting on my page. That is like my curb appeal. That's like the outside of my house. Somebody's going to come to my profile, they're going to see that, and then they're going to decide if they want to stay. So it is important to share value. And somebody had asked, like, how do you figure out what to share about? What are you passionate about? Like, what do you know 10% more of than most people? Obviously, you guys know I talk about autism a lot. Having a special needs child, like that's what I can talk about because that's what I know. But your stories is like opening the front door and saying, "Come in to my house. Hang out with me." Whether it's a mess in my house or I'm somebody who's always clean, like your stories is really how people are going to get to know you. So keep it real in your stories. Like you don't have to go on social media and pretend to be put together and like, my background is blurred for a reason, you guys. Like I don't want you to see the messy beds behind me. It's blurred for a reason, but I know there's other moms who have kids who have messy beds, right? So I kind of tried to pull together like my top 3 tips, which I think number one, and most importantly, you need to figure out before you even go on social media is know who you're talking to. You have to know who you're talking to. You have to know who you are trying to get to find your stuff. Because if you go on the internet and you say, well, I'm just talking to anybody, you're talking to no one. You have to know specifically who you are talking to or who you would like to go find their stuff to help find your stuff. Like there has to be somebody, whether it's like you do that by a specific age or by a specific interest or whatever it is, you have to know who you are talking to. Another big thing for stories is I've really been trying to do just a one take and done because I think that's super real. Like for me, I mean, yes, I will re-record every so often. Like if I have a booger or some, it just depends. But most of the time I try to just record it and I post. But you have to summarize what you are speaking in your stories because something like 80% of people watch your stories with their sound off. So if you're just talking, they don't know what you're saying, especially like if they're at work or they're like on their lunch break and they don't want people to hear them on Instagram, like they don't have their sound on. So they can't hear what you're saying. So you have to summarize what you're saying. And I don't mean like just put your captions on. Captions are great, but I think it's kind of selfish to think that someone's going to stick around for 2 minutes and watch your whole story. I don't. Unless it's a subject I'm really, really interested in, I don't. So summarize what you're saying in text blocks so that the people who are moving through it quickly and have their sound off don't have to sit around for 2 minutes to get your whole thing. They can very easily read it. Do you know what I mean? So summarizing what you're saying, I think is super important. Um, Another thing I put is to talk about things that you like. Talk about things you like, post about things you like. I just recently had a post I made that kind of went viral. I can see the stats on it and it's gotten me over 1,100 new followers. And all I did was copy something somebody sent to me. I was like, "Oh, I really like that. That hit me in the feels." So I just like reworded it a little bit with my own videos and now it's been shared all over and I've gotten a whole bunch of followers because someone sent it to me. If I find something and I'm like, oh, this is good, I want to send this to somebody, just make it your own. Just remake it. There's nothing original on the internet. Riker gives me a hard time about it sometimes. He's like, you can't copy people. I'm like, everyone is copying people on the internet. There's nothing original on the internet. So if you find something and you're like, ooh, I really want to share this, make it your own. Make it your own. Post about things you like. Share something that somebody shared with you in your own way, however you want to do it, because the more that people save your stuff and share your stuff, the more like Instagram is going to put that out into the algorithm and the more people are going to see it. So again, like talking about things you like will help you find your people. Most of you guys know that I love Taylor Swift. Not everybody does. And Brienne laughs at me because she doesn't, but it's okay because I've already posted about Taylor Swift getting engaged, and I've already got like 7, 8 different messages in my messenger of starting conversations. Like, that's all you're doing is posting things, you're talking about things, you're finding your people who like the same things you do. So then you can have more conversations and you're building your trust, you're building rapport, you're building a relationship with that person, and you already have something in common. Do you know what I mean? So talk about the things that you like. You don't have to be for everybody. Like, you're never going to be for everybody. So stop trying to please every single person on the internet. That's never going to happen. It won't happen. And then I also wanted to recommend these 2 books. These are 2 books. This Don't Make It Weird by Colleen Nichols is a great book. There's a little bit of profanity in it, but it's really about the entrepreneur's guide to being human on the internet. It is a really good book. She's it's very, very good about how to post, how to show up, certain things like that. And then this book, Stories That Stick. Liz knows about this book. I read this, well, I halfway read it, and then I ended up coming back to it now years later, and it has changed the way that I've posted. I would say this is more for like posts when you're actually writing something. This has changed the way that I've started to make my posts, and I've gotten more conversations based off of how I've done my posts because of this book. And then if you're really like, I have no idea where to start, I need some ideas, I need some examples, there is also in our GG Biz page. I'm pretty sure it's in that one or social. I don't know. But there's a something I posted that's called the consistency calculation. It's in one of those groups, like in the guides, and there's 25 to 30 days worth of like, here's ideas you can share in your stories that are just like real life, normal things, and we'll kind of segue into how to bring plexus into it. Like when I get off of this call, I'm going to go on my stories and talk more, not about plexus, but I'm wearing a Plexus t-shirt. Like they're going to see it. Do you know what I mean? So like I always try to find the little ways of like mixing it up in my car when I'm talking about something that's not necessarily Plexus, but they see me with Plexus some way, somehow every single day. So that's all I have right now.
I love it. I love it. You guys, I just know that in my inbox on a regular basis from our team, I will get reasons why people are not showing up in their stories. I'm like, where are you? I want to see your face. You said you want her in Cancun, or like you really want to build this, legacy business and bringing in income for your children and your children's children. Like, I would want to join you, but I would need to see your face. That is where we build trust with people. And I'm telling you, my whole world changed back in December when I know I'm going to bring up Eric Worre again. He said, hey, in 2025, if you are not showing your face in stories, those people are going to join others who are. They're looking for someone who's interactive. They actually, deep down, you guys, they're longing for community more than ever after 2020, especially. And that's what Lou and I are seeing in Arizona with these little events that we're doing. We have another one set up at the beginning of October, but people really do want to do stuff together and join a movement together. And if you aren't showing up there, they don't know really what you're all about. So I love how Ali said, when we share in our stories, it's like we're opening up the door to our house. People love to be like a big brother and see like your backyard and that you really love the rain. And they really do. My inbox explodes with the funniest comments from people who just keep coming back to see what's up, I guess. I don't feel like I lead this super interesting life, and you might not either. But when you like get into this flow of looking around during the day and pray about it, you guys. Lord, show me how I can let people into my little sweet life, my little plate of food, like the handful of almonds I'm having for my snack. You guys, people will grow in their trust for you. They will. And in that rapport, that's where they're going to see your character. If you want to be seen as a leader and somebody who knows the way, is going the way, and is going to show the way, then you've got to be the top one characteristic. That's what I'm talking about today is consistency. And we talk about this a lot. It actually doesn't mean showing up 7 days a week. It means keeping promises to yourself. So if you've decided I'm going to share 3 times a week, you figure it out. And guess what? You throw yourself the biggest party. You will have the biggest victory dance when you have accomplished your little to-do list for today. Your to-do list is going to look very different than mine, vice versa. No one's is better or less. I just want to put that out there. So, something I just want to shout out Marlisa. Marlisa, she pours her little pink drink and she has this, like, we all have our own vibe, and I just think it's so adorable. You know, this woman, oh my goodness, Steph, Marlisa, you will be best friends if you connect. That's all I'm saying. You, you just will. It's like you kind of know these people, right? But she puts like this soft, soothing music and she pours her drink, and I'm just like, this is so nice. Well, what I noticed is that she was moving on to other things in her stories that had nothing to do with plexus. And I'm like, hey, wait a second. What if I wanted that drink? What if I wanted to know a little bit more? So I messaged her and I was like, would you be open to adding in some story slides from Gigi Social every day after you do your pink drink pour? You guys, she jumped right into that. Liz was in there encouraging her, and I mean, she nailed it. And already her stories just feel more vibrant and whole. And I'm like, yeah, she's drawing me in. She also is just talking a little bit in her stories about her day. She was at church on Sunday sharing like when she was gonna go rock babies for the service. And she just has to, like, we're opposites in personality. She's just so soothing, talking about how she loves working in the nurseries and holding these babies. And I'm like, I need this person in my life. Oh, wait, she is in my life. But I would join you more, Lisa. So, it's never too late to try the new thing. Stop being so mean to yourself in your head. Will you knock off the nasty things that you're saying to yourself? You guys, the sooner we start like taking these things captive and realizing what we're actually saying to ourselves, we will get better and better at doing that by the grace of God, renewing our minds with who we are. You are a treasure. You are so valuable. You are an image bearer. Stop being so mean to yourself and stop comparing yourself to one another. Because look at all these people. We are all different. We so different. Praise God, because we don't want a team full of BKs. It would be exhausting. And I think J Mitch knows what I'm talking about. Like it would just be too much. Like we need the Marlisa and we need the spunky little Lou and we need the Kaylee and the J Mitch. So good to see you, friend. Right now is a lovely time. If you're like, wow, the summer's been crazy. Wow, I got to get refocused. Now's the time. Now's the time to show your audience how you are going to lose those 3 pounds, or how you are going to feel better in your skin, or how you are going to get more disciplined by maybe walking or moving every day. You guys, the walking doesn't have to be 10,000 steps. Nope. It can be 10 minutes. It's up to you. That's going to draw people into when they realize, wow, this person cheers on people who are doing all sorts of things. It's taking the next little itty bitty steps towards our wellness, right? Walking, sipping your drink, and sharing your journey as you go. If you are consistent there, I really do believe you are going to draw in people to join you. And you'll be able to talk to your customers, to add on products or try new things, and invite their friends or their family to do this with you. Potentially start sharing on social. That is what we're going to train you to do. And so that they too could potentially earn Cancun. And then we can all celebrate together with our spouses, our loved ones. You guys, those of you who went on the cruise this last February, was it not just, it was pure, it was a dream. It doesn't even feel like it happened. It was every moment was so magical. Okay, we are actually like done early. Do we have any questions? We have a call with Gabby, Maralisa, and myself for Arizona brand ambassadors, Lou Kroll too, right after this. And then after that, I'm meeting with Steph. She made it here. Not Steph. Steph is here. Amanda, I have not seen you since I started Plexus in North Carolina when we were in Elizabeth City. You guys, her and her husband are so precious, and she's not even really sure yet if she's really going to do this business. She literally is waiting for her products. She already has me in a three-way with a darling gal who really does need what we have. So we'll see if it's the time or if she needs to learn a little more before we sign her up. But I'm meeting with those girls after that call. Anybody have questions for Allie about about social media, or about our step, sip, share thing? Better check the chat.
I don't have a question, but I want to say thank you because I have been like stuck lately, and I've been in this place where I overthink the algorithm and the timing, and I'm on Pacific Coast, and so I think about Eastern time when I post, and it's late at night, and I'm like, well, if I post now, not as many people are going to see it, but then I just don't post at all. So thank you because I needed this and I needed it today.
Love it. Yeah, who cares about the algorithm? I mean, if you want to study that, feel free, but you're right. It's about taking action and showing up. It feels really good to get in that flow. It really does. And that consistency thing, I do feel like it is. It's totally possible to build a really strong business by showing up 3 or 4 times a week on social. But I also know that for me, the more I'm in a basic daily flow, the more I'm happier there. My creativity is better there. My whole discipline is just, it's keyed in there. So deciding those daily actions that you want to do, I
Can I
think
share one more thing? Just as far as like Kaylee, somebody you might want to follow on Instagram is like the creator of Instagram, Morrissey, I think is his name, which I can share his account into the chat or whatever. But he shares a lot about like tips on Instagram, like, is this true about the algorithm? Is this true? And like he shares new features. Like, so he's just, it's kind of like, oh, didn't know that. Or, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Or, like, oh, that's why that did so good. Or that's why that didn't do good. So I follow him and I tend to pick up a lot of little tidbits from him.
I will tell you one thing about social that I told Lou today. As I said, for 8 years, basically, I've posted and messaged people, and they've reached out to me. And it's because when I post, I'm also in Messenger with those people. So those people end up seeing my posts, and it's still working today. So that's one thing that always encourages me if I'm like, I don't know if I should post. I don't know if I should. Well, whoever I'm talking to in Messenger or DMs, those are the people who end up seeing my stuff. And then there's just Steph and Amanda who are on here, and they're just these people that I was like, that's it. I'm sick and tired of waiting for them to come to me. So I'm just going to tell them right now how I feel about them and who I think they are, and that I think they could kill it at this business. So don't hold back, you guys. You never know. There might be people like praying for what we have. I mean, I just got 2 messages in my inbox this morning about people struggling with finances. Am I pointing them to Plexus right now? Actually, 3. That's today. Am I pointing them to Plexus right away? No. No, we're talking and I'm praying for them. People are looking for what we have. And I can tell you what, I'll be in my socials today talking about income. And I know that they'll see it. Okay, anybody else? We're going to wrap this up so we can all get on our next calls. You guys don't self-sabotage. In fact, I'm going to share something super quick. How to know if you are in self-sabotage mode, because Lou and I both realize I noticed it around the 10th of August. The quicker you can realize that you're doing this, the quicker you can turn your little ship around. And my daughter, we are really vulnerable with each other. Like all of it, like what you see is what you get. Like you should see us in our home. We're like, oh yeah, well, I was like, that's self-sabotage right there. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that. Like, what do I do to get out of it? And we talked it through. So this is how you know if you're doing something that's ruining your success right now. Like you're ruining your own success, you guys. Number one, you are pre-rejecting people before they ever get a chance to say yes. You're assuming somebody's too busy, they're too successful, they'd never be interested, so you never even ask. So in reality, you are deciding for them and cutting off opportunities before they even start. Number two, you are waiting to feel ready instead of taking the messy action. That is a way that we cut our own legs out from under us. So you might spend hours planning or like writing up posts or organizing, but never actually reaching out, following up, presenting. Number three, this is how you know that you might be doing some of that, like cutting out your legs from under your own self-sabotage. You're telling yourself stories that shrink you and allow you to hide. I'm not a leader. I don't have enough followers. People don't respect me. I don't have close friends right now. You guys, these lies keep us like hiding away instead of walking forward in boldness and grace. Okay. Um, Here are 3 ways to flip this around and knock it off. Okay, I had to turn my ship around the 10th of the month. And man, that is when my creativity just went poof. All of a sudden I had these ideas. All of a sudden I had more energy to reach out to friends again with boldness and kindness and love. Okay, catch your thoughts and flip the script. So when you hear yourself say, she probably isn't interested, instead, switch it to this. I love this. She deserves the chance to decide for herself. Like she's a big girl, you know what I mean? And so the truth is you're not being pushy, you're actually being generous by taking the time to offer hope and solutions to others. Number two, choose action instead of perfection. Many of us are kind of more towards the perfectionist type people. Done, like checking the box, done and shared beats polished and hidden every single time. You guys, the leaders you look up to, they built their business with imperfect consistency, not flawless execution. And this is last. We've got to turn this thing off. Anchor yourself in your why, in the vision you believe God has for you, your purpose, your mission here. And you know what? I've had to revamp my whole purpose and mission here and wait on God. And while I was waiting on God, I didn't quit. I was like, I'm going to be a good steward until and if He gives me that next purpose or reason to keep building here with these wonderful people before me. Anchor yourself in your why and make it bigger than you. When you remember you're building this not just for your family, but for the other mamas that need energy, the dads who need some financial margin, and the teens who need even some healthy like role models, you guys, your fear will dwindle down, your obedience will grow, and you'll start seeing some fruit, and it'll be so fulfilling. Okay, that's all got to go. Thanks for joining us here. I recorded, I'll put it in the chat, and off to talk to Arizona ambassadors. Goodbye, friends. Thank you so much, Allie. Always a blessing to hear from you. Part two, maybe next week I'll message you. Bye, guys.